The Senturus Migration Assistant for Cognos is your secret weapon for unwinding the troves of data in vast, complex Cognos environments. It programmatically decodes and inventories multi-layered Cognos reports and metadata to identify details, including data sources, report components, lineage, relationships, and usage, among other things, helping to efficiently prioritize content for migration and streamline execution. The Migration Assistant is ideal for changing BI platforms, or when businesses merge, split, or realign, or for optimizing your Cognos footprint by eliminating redundant, unused, or underused content, thereby reducing total cost of ownership. After collecting data from your Cognos environment, the Migration Assistant generates this interactive dashboard featuring high-level KPIs and interlinked tables that provide a comprehensive view of your Cognos environment. The navigation bar at the top allows you to toggle between this overview or specific dashboards that focus on reports, executions, and relationships. The top of the overview page shows the overall statistics of your environment, such as the number of packages, namespaces, query subjects, query items, data sources, etc., with a pie chart showing used versus unused items for each KPI, as well as interconnected tables showing reports and executions, namespace to table mappings, tables used, and data sources used. For example, if you're migrating a report to a new system or migrating a data source behind the scenes, you have options on how to explore your Cognos data to best scope the project. You can start with a report and work down to a data source. For example, when I select sales managers here, the interlinked tables filter to show me the namespace that report exists in, the query subjects that are used, the tables that underlie those query subjects, and the data source that those tables reside in, as well as the data source, including the type of database it is and the schema that we're using. On the other hand, if I was interested in migrating a data source, such as my GoSales data warehouse, maybe I have a new data warehouse, I can click on that data source, and again, the tables and statistics will update to show me the tables and allow me to work my way up to the query subjects used, the namespaces the reports live in, and the specific reports that leverage that data source. The reports page is especially useful when rebuilding reports. Let's select an example report to see how this works. Clicking on a report filters the entire dashboard to provide me with an overview of all of the components of the selected reports, including an overview of the queries, the pages, the visualization containers, the query items, the filters, and usage, ensuring that I have everything I need to rebuild my report. Selecting a query item enables the query item lineage button that allows me to drill into the framework manager metadata all the way down to the source system. So I can see this particular report item goes through the various layers in my framework manager model down to the GoSales data warehouse and ultimately lands on the column product line EN. Going back to the report page, you can see when I select any given report, I have a single view of all of the relevant information needed to recreate a report. I can see all of the pages or tabs needed, the data objects, such as lists or charts or crosstabs on each page, and detailed query information that's used to populate the objects. In this case, I can see I have one page with 2 different queries, and I can see all the detailed query item information, including calculations and any relevant filters that are applied. In this case, a prompt that is used to make the report dynamic. The execution page uses audit information to highlight most and least used reports. It ties together your audit data with that collected by the Migration Assistant. Unlike the standard Cognos audit data, the Migration Assistant also shows reports that have never been run. This information can be used to enable the removal of unused reports. I can see an overview of my report count, usage count, active users, and report executions based upon the package or packages and the date range that I've selected. From there, I can click on any given report and drill down into the specific users, how many times they ran a report, and when. I can also see all of the reports here that have never been run. These may be good candidates for removal, making my Cognos environment less cluttered and more user-friendly, while reducing my Cognos footprint and lowering cost of ownership by eliminating unused, underused, or redundant content. Finally, the relationships page shows how each data model was constructed. In this case, I'm looking at my Go Sales query package. If your project involves remodeling data in a new data source, leveraging information on how existing packages are structured and joined can accelerate and enhance overall accuracy. I'm able to filter this view to look at model query subjects or look at it from a database perspective. Like the other dashboards, clicking on a table filters the remaining views and enables me to see all the relationships that exist between one or more tables, along with cardinality, join keys, and relationships to other tables in the model or the database. This is especially helpful when tables are interrelated heavily or have many dependencies or rely on a denormalized data source. All of this helps ensure that I bring back the correct data in my new model. We deploy the Migration Assistant to help clients migrate data sources, migrate to another BI platform, or to reduce and optimize the size of their existing Cognos footprint. Contact Senturus today to learn how the Migration Assistant can help you with your migration.